Hey guys, this is Chris Biscardi from Sketch.com. Today we're going to be going over the Extrude tool in Blender. Now I'm using Blender 2.53 beta, but you can use any 2.5 release. So, open Blender, and you get the default cube. Now hit Tab to get into edit mode, or you can go down to this menu down here and click Edit Mode. So, when you hit E to extrude, Blender 2.5 automatically guesses what you're trying to do. So in this case, if we hit E, it assumes that we're trying to duplicate the cube and move it along this axis. Ends up that that's not what we're trying to do. So let's deselect everything by hitting A, and then bring up the circle select by hitting C. So let's select this side and this side. And you can do that by either holding down the mouse and dragging over them, or by clicking on each one individually. So right click, and the circle will go away. Now hit E. And it assumes that we want to move these faces along this axis. But maybe we want to move it along the Z-axis. So we hit Z, and now we can move it along the Z-axis. Same for the Y, the X, relative X, relative Y, and relative Z, which is what Blender had guessed at. Now to get a little more control over what you're trying to do, you can hit Alt-E, and it'll bring up the Extrude menu. Now you've got Region, Individual Faces, Edges Only, and Vertices Only. Region will take this whole region, which is why it's called Region, connected as a group, and move it. So you can see that the faces are connected, and they're moving as a whole. So if we undo that, we go back to the Extrude menu by hitting Alt-E. We can choose individual faces. And in this case, if we try to extrude out, it'll take each individual face and extrude it out. Now we can do this along the X, But if you have multiple faces selected, you may not be able to use the X lock, Y lock, and Z lock. So now we're going to go down, Alt-E, to Edges Only. And as we scroll this out, you can see that it extrudes only the edges. Now this will respond to the X, Y, or X, Z, and Y, but not to the X local, Y local, and Z local, because of what we have selected. So let's go back to the Extrude menu and hit Vertices Only. And this takes out the vertices. Now we can take this along the X, the Y, and the Z. And that's it. So that's Extrude.